Hey everybody, this is Michelle.
And this is Julie coming to you from Seattle, Washington, our favorite state.
The 206.
The 206, baby.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. We've got the Kraken in the playoffs. We've got the Mariners playing. Our Seahawks schedule just came out. We're ready. I think sports, right?
Sports, yeah.
That's what I think about.
I was thinking boating, laying in the sunshine.
Oh, no, I definitely have that too.
Being out by the water. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited for all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Eileen and I went out last night and watched a live band. I love live music. So does she. But Michelle stayed home and cleaned her house.
Whoop, whoop.
I know. What
Big
a party
Friday.
animal.
Yeah.
It was actually not a late night or anything. We just wanted to see some live music. And there was this funk band that was playing at a place in Seattle, in North Seattle. And so we went to check it out. Eileen was saying, yeah, it starts at 7. And I'm like, what is it, like the early bird special or something? But no, it started at 8. And as it turns out, it was a cover band or a first band, I guess, that came.
There's a couple.
Yeah. Then the I guess the main band came on a little bit later, but it was so cute and so funny. This band, the first one, they were very good, but these guys were definitely PNW guys because they had their Teva sandals on and they're rocking the beat with these Teva sandals on their feet. And then one of the sax player wasn't even wearing shoes.
It's a Pacific Northwest thing.
I was so grateful, though, that he didn't have black socks on with his Teva sandals, because that's the Pacific Northwest joke.
Right. Like Birkenstocks.
Yeah.
Birkenstocks, when you're wearing the socks with those.
Yeah. So anyway, we had a good time. We were out of there early. We had busy early days this morning, so we just got
What spot?
The Sea Monster.
The Sea Monster.
In Seattle, down by the U District. Kinda.
Yeah.
It was super fun. Had a good time.
And you had a good photographer that took pictures of you ladies before you went out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think I was swinging my hair for a selfie or something, and you caught that.
I did catch it in motion.
Yeah.
I might have to put that on our page.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that might be.
I think I did. I had to do like 3 selfies. I was sending a picture to somebody, I think. And
yeah.
was swinging that hair, toss, you know. Well, hey, we have a fun topic here today, and the women out there are going to appreciate this one. It doesn't matter what generation you are, what age group you are, where you live, none of that. Girl code is girl code.
Girl code.
Yeah. Woman code. Female code, whatever you want to say. I know
code.
There's guy code too, right?
Yeah, I've heard bro code.
I can think of a couple of bro code things that I've run across, and I can share those later. But girl code is definitely something that we are very familiar with. And for all of you ladies out there that have your girlfriends, your best girlfriends, and your sisters and all that kind of stuff, you're probably really familiar with it too. And we wanted to just talk a little bit about what the girl code is. So most of you know, but we're just going to reiterate that girl code is the unwritten and often unspoken set of rules that women have between us and our friends. And it's basically the commandments, if you will, that outline the do's and don'ts of what a good friendship is and how you watch out for each other. The rules can be explicit. They can be implied, they can be general, and they can also be things that if you break those codes, you could really kind of break your friendship. So we run across this, obviously, when we were looking through this topic, a lot of this stuff I think really relates to younger generations, but we also have carried that on into our, formative years, into our adult years, because I don't know about all of you out there, but I know my girls here, it's like we are very, very, we find our girlfriend relationships to be a very important part of our lives. And we appreciate each other, and we try to make sure that each of us knows all of that. And I'm sure all of you probably do that too, but it's just really important to understand and know what makes your friends tick, what's important to them, and the communication around some of the things that we do or don't do, that really kind of defines some of those relationships.
I know. I count on it so much. And
you were so cute last night. You were like, you guys, She hadn't even had a drink or anything. I don't think. Oh no, wait, you had a Tito's.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, we really don't drink a lot, you guys. I'm just gonna say all that. It seems like it comes up a lot, but it's usually just on the weekends,
which is when we're doing this.
Yeah.
So makes sense.
Maybe that's it. But I thought about that. I'm like, my God, our audience is going to think we've got a problem.
We got weed growing in the backyard, alcohol in the fridge at all times.
Don't forget those mushrooms. Choking.
Oh,
joking. Yeah, no, none of that business.
Anyways, I just let you guys know how much, like I was saying, I count on our friendships so much. And I think in different ways now, you know, being mature women at our age, as we do when they're younger, I think there's a lot more emotional things, you know, in younger years of friendships. Dramatic, I guess, is a better word.
Yeah. More drama for sure.
Yeah, there's more drama at a younger age. But now as life goes on and you evolve and change, we're more able to understand and be aware of things as women. And for me, anyways, it's just something that I super appreciate.
I think a lot of it too comes with the confidence that you instill in yourself as you mature with age.
Yeah.
Because being there for your friends really has to do a lot, in my opinion, with being confident in yourself.
Yeah.
And, you know, being able to stand up for whatever it is that you believe in that might be affecting your friend.
Well, and I think we have the maturity too to move on if something is not, you know, it isn't there solid, if you will, in a friendship. You can let those things go and just move on.
You can, but let's just be honest. We were talking about that yesterday too, because and I'll just give you a little story here. There's a woman that's a friend, or I thought was a friend of ours, and there's some history, and it's kind of toxic history, but we became friends anyway on the heels of that. And she just like 86'd me out of her life.
Yeah.
And her ex is my ex. So that could be part of it. She had to suffer a lot longer than I did with her ex. And I only suffered a shorter period of time, but there's just all this, I don't know, stuff there. So I'm sure that's what part of it is. And she's a great gal and I appreciate her. I don't appreciate the way she did that, but it is what it is. I'm not losing sleep over it. I have the friends that mean something to me, but I was kind of like, my feelings are kind of hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it does hurt, of course. Yeah, I didn't mean to minimize that in any way. Because
you didn't.
Even though we're mature women, things like that do. There's another friendship that I know of, you know, in the last few years, that there was a woman that was part of our circle, and she is no more.
Right.
Because
and that was a conscious choice.
Well, I was going to say, and I think it has to do with some of the things we're going to talk about in regard to girl code, because there's just some things that matter.
They really matter
in these female relationships, and how you look out for each other, how you take care of each other, and
who you surround yourself
with, and the way you present things in life. So
yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And that was definitely with that one person in particular. It's like I really could see that our values were different, and we just looked at life so much differently. And I was not adding value to her life. She definitely wasn't adding value to mine.
Yeah.
And it was just okay to just part ways.
Yeah.
So girl code or no girl code, she's not one I necessarily think would have had your back if you needed her to, you know.
Yeah,
so
code wasn't there.
No code.
Yeah, no code.
No code. So anyway, there are a ton of girl code.
Who knew?
Rules. I mean, there's some real major ones. We're going to just talk about some of the ones that we're familiar with, and maybe some stories and things that are behind those, but we'll just kind of get started with that. So the first one we were thinking about was, this is kind of an obvious one. You would do this for anybody, but you know, when you're coming home or you're dropping your person off, your friend off or whatever, that you make sure that they get in the house. Now, if you're with a family member or with a date or whatever, you would hope they would do the same thing.
Yeah. I was going to say, you said you would do this but some people don't.
I know.
And it's weird. And
I just flash the light, you know, so they know you got inside okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Eileen, I dropped her off last night right here in front of the house and made sure she got in her car and everything, and then went and parked in the back. I mean, she can handle herself, but at the same time, I don't want to put her in a position where she has to.
I taught my boys that. I can remember specifically one time when I was in the car with one of my sons. We were bringing somebody home, and he's about to drive. And I was like, "Oh no, you don't leave! Don't leave until they're in the house."
Yeah,
it's important.
God, I hope I taught my kids that. I'm sure I did.
I know it's kind of you would think it's a no-brainer. I mean, it was I can specifically remember being taught that.
Yeah,
and you would think that it's a no-brainer, but I don't think it necessarily is. It's kind of an interesting one.
If they're a gentleman.
Oh,
we're talking about women, though.
Yeah.
If the woman is a gentleman, she will wait till her friend is in the house.
That's a whole other topic.
That's right. Okay, so here's another really good one, like wardrobe malfunctions.
Yes.
I mean, I have told people that they, like your boobs hanging out, or your slip is like your dress is tucked into something. A lot of times, they had no idea, were not aware. Or another one, their lipstick is on their teeth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's
a lot of booger in your nose.
There's a lot of girls that will not say anything because they're perfectly fine with that girl walking around with that. Gives them a leg up or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, you want to get the lipstick off your teeth or the booger out of your nose, whatever.
Bat in the cave.
The bat in the cave.
Yeah.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah. We used to in cosmetics for whatever reason.
Or your flags are flying.
Yeah. What is that?
That's your bra straps.
Oh.
Is that kind of like whippersnapper?
Yeah, maybe.
I remember that from when we were kids.
Yeah.
Your flags are flying,
But yeah, just, good looking out.
Good looking out.
Have you ever had your dress stuck in your pantyhose?
Oh, there's a story with that one.
Is there?
Yes. Yeah.
I had no idea.
I don't know if I want to tell that story.
That was just a genuine question.
No, I did. Okay. So this was the first time alcohol's coming into the story. This is the first time I ever had alcohol.
Really?
Yes. It was red wine, no less.
There's a red flag.
Yeah. I know. We're not going to even talk about how old I was. Those Catholic kids, they're the worst. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
And I was actually a pretty good kid, except for I was a little bit curious about a lot of that kind of stuff. And I liked to go out and have fun. But we went to a dance. I made Mary go with this guy just because I wanted her to come with us. And so she reluctantly did. And he ends up bailing like halfway through the dance, and nobody can find him. So she ends up getting some other guy that looks kind of like him with blonde hair to take the picture with her. So
oh my goodness.
So she had the pictures to take home to her parents.
To prove that she was at the dance.
That she was at the dance, yeah. But no, I red wine. We'll just say red wine. And then we were spending overnight at my house. And my mom had made this like really pretty dress and everything for me. It was a formal. And came in. I was intoxicated. There's no question about it.
So this is after the dance?
Yeah.
And you're going home and...
Yeah, I think my dad picked us up or something.
Okay.
I wasn't even driving it. And well, that tells you, I guess, how old I was. But picked us up, and Mary's chitty-chatting, just talking away with Roger Dodger. That's what she called him. She was very charming, and just chitty-chatting away with him.
That was your dad, Roger Dodger?
That's what she called him.
Okay,
yeah. Roger Dodger.
Okay.
And we get home, and of course, they want to sit in the living room. The living room is the place that nobody went to and sat. So that in of itself was not a good sign. And I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. So I had these really high heels on. I went into the bathroom and I came out, and my dress was tucked into my hosiery. Yeah, we wore hosiery back then, I guess. And, I'm leaning on Mary, and oh my God, needless to say, my mom got us up the next morning at 7 a.m. for mass.
Susan, go Susan.
Go Susan, yeah. I mean, and it wasn't even like a regular 11 o'clock mass. It was like we had to go to the really early one. She was punishing me.
That's hilarious.
Not really. It was the most miserable day ever.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, yes, I did have it tucked in my dress, and Mary tried to help me get it untucked. Mm-hmm. And she was successful, but I think my mom noticed. So, but yeah, I mean, the lipstick on the teeth, your blouse coming undone.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Or anything on your teeth.
Yeah.
Little green, like, oh.
Yeah. It's like, wouldn't you tell somebody?
Yeah.
I mean, I would. I mean, if I didn't know them, I might maybe tell their friend to tell them or something, because, but I never want anybody to be walking around like that and then just feeling stupid later.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's important, I think. Well, here's another one. Never go after your friend's crush or their ex. Yeah, they're kind of off limits.
Yeah, without saying.
Well, I would say you'd want to talk about that, right? I mean, if you really kind of liked somebody or were interested in somebody.
I mean, if you're interested now that they're the ex, that probably means you were attracted or interested when they were still together.
Yeah, it could very well be that.
So that's why you just don't test those waters.
Well, not to mention the fact that if your friend, what if the guy broke up with her? What if they got divorced and he's the one that divorced her? I mean, it would just be really bad form, I think, to go invest time with that person. I would put my friend first.
I know actually a couple people who had that experience. The couple got divorced and then he ended up with her best friend.
But they were divorced already?
No, they were married.
So that happened to one of my friends too.
Really?
It was her very best friend.
Like very best friend.
And her husband. And they ended up having an affair behind her back. And then he left her and got married to this other girl. So not only did she lose her husband,
her best friend,
she lost her best friend that she'd had like since she was a kid.
Yeah. That's a very similar story to the person I know.
Yeah. It's different. I know it's a different person.
Yeah.
But it's like, and she's so amazing too. I'm like, he's so stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know the guy. I just think he's stupid though. Because she's amazing. God damn it.
Yeah. It's girl code. You're looking out for her.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. I'd pick her any day of the week.
Yeah.
How about this one? Rescue any girl from being annoyed by a creepy guy.
You did that.
I did.
You did that. We were out one night on the east side. Yep, in Kirkland. And I don't forget why we were there. But
it was a festival.
Oh, yeah,
like some band, some live music thing.
And we were going back to the car. Mm-hmm. And there was this woman sitting on a bench in front of a restaurant. It was like on a sidewalk. She had way too much of something. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if it was just alcohol, but she was not in a good place physically.
And there was
or
a
mentally.
Man. Yeah. There was a man that was kind of encouraging her to go with him somewhere. And we're like, oh, hell to the no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Julie noticed right away. And so then we were kind of looming and just watching the situation and then
waited for her friend to come.
Yes. Yeah.
And who knows who this guy was? He was just some guy. And so our instincts were good because that could have been a really bad scenario for her. I
mean, really, even if they weren't like if the instincts weren't correct, I mean, at least the intention is there. Right. It's like you've got nothing to lose.
Well, she sure as hell didn't remember one way or another. Didn't think it was odd that we were trying to help her.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could clearly see she was in a vulnerable place. And you don't leave people like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't leave if it was a guy, I would maybe say, where are your friends? If he looked like he was sick or needed help or whatever. Yeah. But, a woman left she's on a park bench. Who knows where her friends were, which is another one. It's like, you don't leave your friends. Yeah. But we waited for them to come back. And so that guy wasn't able to take her away like he was trying to do, which thank goodness. Right. Yeah. That was what I was going to mention. If you arrive together, you leave together, like wherever you're going.
Absolutely.
Like you do not
Nobody leaves. Yeah.
You don't leave your friend there with people that you don't know, even if they say, yeah, no, I'm good. No, you guys make an agreement to all come together and you leave together unless there's pre-arrangements made or something like that, because that could be really, really, really bad for them. And you don't know. It depends where you're out to, I guess. If you're at a lake, you're out during the day at a lake or something, like they have their own car. That might be different, but anything that's involving a social setting, I would be really, really
social
careful.
Setting, nighttime, alcohol.
Yeah. All of those things. Also, one other thing that I think is really important is boosting people's confidence. Yes. You're going to get the straight answer from your friends on if something really doesn't look great on you, or your makeup doesn't look right. I don't know, anything. You're going to get a straight answer from your friends, the people that are truly your friends, and so those are the people that you would ask, I suppose.
And there's a difference. I think there's a difference between, hey, what do you think? Do you like these pants? How do they look? So you're going to get honest feedback from your girls. Yeah. On if it looks good or not. But if somebody comes out and says, "Oh, Michelle, that outfit is awful," but you're kind of digging it.
Yeah. You're like, I didn't ask you.
I mean, yeah, if you didn't ask for the feedback, there's a little bit of a difference there.
Or you have really poor taste, so I don't really care. You're not even my friend.
Because I'm probably going to wear that shit anyways.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah, you probably would.
Yeah.
This is one I want to ask you about. So this has come up before. I've run across this. You tell your friend if her husband or her boyfriend or significant other is cheating on her. Would you tell your friend?
Yes.
Okay, I would too.
If you knew, if it was just an assumption, or if you had an inkling, if you didn't, I mean, that's big stuff to cause issue where maybe there is none, you know?
But straight up.
But straight up, if you know it's happening, yes.
Yeah, I absolutely would too. And it's like, it's not like you want to get in the middle of couple drama or anything like that. But if I was in a relationship and you knew that the person I trusted was
I wouldn't be able to
entertaining other people and you didn't tell me, I would be pissed off. Yeah. I would be really pissed.
As you should.
Yeah. So that is really important, I think. Now, everybody has a different take on that.
Yeah.
I know women who'd be like, well, it's not my business. Guys say that a lot. Not my business. You know, it's like, that's their business. I don't really know what's going on. And, you know, maybe it is their business. But going back to girl code, it's like, I would want my friends to treat me the way that I would be treated, that I would want to treat them. No, wait, the other way around. I would want to be treated the way I would treat my friends. I wouldn't want to create problems or drama in their relationship, of course, but I also don't want them to be betrayed and unhappy.
Right.
So there's definitely a balance that you have to strike with that. But ultimately, if their person is a player or is a dirty dog, then I think that they should know.
Dirty dog. Nobody
needs to protect the dirty dogs. I'm just saying, dirty dogs do not need protecting. Here's another one. What about being there for your friends when they go through a really troubling breakup or they're someone in their family is really sick?
Go to the first one, troubling breakup. Absolutely, you're there for your friends. Yeah. No question.
Just listen.
Regardless of if you saw it coming and you said something already, because chances are if you're close friend, that's probably the case. So even if you saw the writing on the wall, you spelled it out for them, but they weren't listening, and then it happens.
We know somebody, and we won't bring that up. As opposed to, we know who it is and everything, where we just kind of went through this over the last year or so, right? And we could see the writing on the wall, but that is something that was a process that person had to follow. Yeah. And I'm like, it's about fucking time.
Yeah, I know.
I get kind of impatient. Michelle's kind of like much more gentle about how she approaches those things than I am. I'm just kind of like, shut her, get off the pot.
Yeah.
You know,
pretty much.
But I really truly believe a lot of those things take time to kind of come full circle.
Do it in your own time.
And you know what? It's like you can hear it from other people, but that doesn't necessarily, you sometimes have to see that for yourself, you know? So if you know your friends are going to catch you, you know, like I think I was mentioning in
a good way, like catch you
in a good way. Yeah. I don't remember what episode it was, but we were talking about a breakup that I had gone through. And again, I'm Mary, she's coming on an episode, by the way, you guys, she does exist. I swear to God.
It's about damn time.
I know, but she knew that I was in a situation that wasn't good. She kind of tried to tell me. I wasn't really receptive. And then I figured things out on my own. And of course, she was the first phone call I made. And she was there, like no questions asked. None of the I told you so's, none of that kind of stuff. She just listened, whatever I needed. She was there. Yeah. That's what a friend does for you.
I love that.
I know.
Yeah.
Do your BFF's parents proud and protect her. So if you hear disparaging comments being made about your friend, what would you do?
I mean, you stick up for them.
Right.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of people that wouldn't.
Right.
They'd just be kind of like, yeah, that person's talking shit about you.
Yeah. They'd partake in the gossip and just talk shit too.
Yeah. So being there for your person and protecting that friend of yours is really important. Just saying, hey, you know what? They're really a great person. You really have your facts wrong, or whatever the case may be. But making sure that they know that you're not going to be sitting there listening to that and being okay with it.
Right.
So, and it's not a secret, being a good wing woman.
What does that mean?
Well, that's, I think, more for single people. Like if you're going out with like someone who is single, that you're just there with them. And
okay.
I don't know. I don't really know a lot of wing women.
Or guiding them. Is that what the, like,
No,
when you think of a wingman?
Just kind of like, maybe, I don't know.
I mean, in general, like being not necessarily in a going out situation or anything, but in general, being a good wingman. So maybe it's the guidance you're giving somebody in different situations or scenarios they have in life.
So wing woman, wing person,
whatever. Wing human.
Wing human. How about this one? Even if you don't agree with your friend's relationship, you stand by her.
Yes.
Yes,
you do.
You do. You just don't say a whole lot.
Yeah.
And you're encouraging. No, I told you so's.
Yep. Never.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Always show your friends you appreciate them.
Yes.
There's so many ways to do that too. It could be just simple little gestures, or like we have Marco Polo.
I was just literally thinking about that when you said that.
So for those of you that don't know what it is, it's an app. It's like a video chatting app, but it's like video texting, I guess is the best way to put it. It's kind of fun because you go back and forth and you can do it in groups and stuff like that.
Game changer for my relationship.
Well, yeah, because you guys
at
can
a
actually
distance.
see each other.
Yeah, so just like talking to each other, and it's in the moment. It's
real time.
Yeah, and I hear it's old people's. It's something that
someone said that, but honestly, I really think that it's kind of a cool app.
I do too. I don't know, maybe because we're old.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. I think it's fun to see. It's no different than recording something and sending it on a text.
The thing is, we're going down a rabbit hole here, and we'll get back to the Marco Polo. But I think the difference is there's so much that can be read incorrectly in a text message.
Yeah, think
because you don't have the voice inflection, you don't have the true meaning of what they're trying to say, and it can be something completely different, and you could take it wrong. And it can cause a problem.
You mean like my sarcasm and smart-ass comments?
Pretty much.
That I make that I think are really funny. But
yes.
If I don't use the right emoji, then it comes across like I'm being rude.
Yeah, Jules can be misunderstood sometimes.
I am so misunderstood.
Yeah. But we know that about you. So it's all good.
You guys do. Not everybody does.
But so Marco Polo, I was thinking that because we video chat, and what I love is Eileen, even at the end when we kind of all started doing it.
Yeah.
It's kind of this endearing little end of the conversation kisses. Yeah. And
well, I want to have everybody on there, but I mean, Zoe thinks it's dumb, and
I know my kids.
It's like too much work. I'm like, how much work could it be? It's so much easier than texting.
Yeah, I agree.
I know, just making our lives easier, right? So celebrating our successes, that is something that is definitely girl code. So I can think of like Eileen as an example. She is a champion kettlebell person. I don't know all the details.
She's on the U.S. team.
She's a badass.
Yeah.
And so we have gone to her qualifying matches. Michelle brought her flowers. She, it's like we are her biggest cheerleaders because we are so excited. We know how hard she works, and we're really excited for her and the accomplishments that she has. So those are just super cool things that, just being there for your friends and really applauding their wins it's just really fun to see.
And supporting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that goes obviously with anybody, but at the same time, it's, when we're just talking about friends here, girlfriends and stuff. So yeah, celebrating their successes, that is definitely a good one.
So I have a question. What about dating somebody that your friend dated? So I know we brought up the cheating on an ex and, that kind of thing, but what if it's just somebody that they dated?
So I guess the issue might be is if they caught feelings for that person.
Okay.
Then that would be probably kind of inappropriate to do as a friend because they obviously had feelings for that person. But I would say if it's something super casual and they're just friends and it was no big deal, I mean, I would always ask. Here's the thing. if they're not dating them, the question maybe would be why? Did they get ghosted by that person?
True.
Was that person not honest with them?
Mm-hmm.
Were they kind of a D-bag? I mean, you just don't know the detail. I mean, those things you would know because they're your friend and you might not want to see them anyway. But if they're a nice person and they just didn't have a connection or whatever, and you seem like you get along with them, I don't see any big deal with that.
Right.
But I would always talk to my friend about it first. Definitely.
Yeah.
So I think that we have a lot of things that we could talk about when it comes to women code or girl code or whatever you want to say. But ultimately, what it boils down to, in my mind, is that you treat your friends with respect, the respect that you want to be treated with, and you don't take any of that for granted.
Especially women. Again, I know I'm bringing up the emotions again, but there can tend to be more drama, high emotions, different things in that way with women. So you really have to be good looking out, if you will. And to your point, like you were saying, it's really all about treating your friends and giving them the support and the respect that you would want
yourself. And the other kind of note to that is I see where there are women that are more casual acquaintances, not your inner circle, maybe not even your outer circle, but people that you know that might be casual acquaintances and things like that. I think that those women owe their female sisters, whether they're acquaintances or inner circle or outer circle or whatever you want to call it, the same level of respect.
Yeah.
That they would for their own.
It's going to look different because they're not the inner circle or even maybe outer, but women in general.
Yes.
You got to look out for each other. You got to support your women sisters, like you said, and, cheer them on.
Cheer them on.
It's not a competition. We should all be lifting each other up in
any way possible.
All the ways.
There have been many times when I've, walked into a room, whether it be a party or a meeting or some kind of a function, and you can see the women that are kind of holding court or the women that are going to be the ones that others are flocking to because they are well established or they're well known or whatever the case may be, and maybe not as comfortable with other women, like they look at it more competitively.
Yeah.
And I have this one friend and she said, when I run across women like that, because she is a girl's girl. I mean, she will support anyone that is a woman. Well, she'll support anyone, but when she sees that there are women that need that level of support, she's always been there that I've seen. But anyway, she'll just walk up to those women that we're talking about there and strike up a conversation, and she starts with their shoes. She'll say, "Oh my God, I just love your shoes. They go so great with your outfit." Like compliments them.
Yeah.
And it kind of lets their guard down.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, okay, maybe I don't need to be so competitive, or I don't need to eyeball them up one side and down the other to see what kind of person they're dealing with. I mean, a lot of it can be very competitive with women.
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
It can be.
So I don't know. I just think we just need to take care of each other, like you said.
That can be unspoken too. There's like this unspoken competitiveness.
Oh, yeah.
In a sense. But yeah, in general, the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
That's right. Well, thank you so much, people, for staying with us and listening to our Girl Code episode. We appreciate you very much, and we look forward to seeing... we look forward to hearing. No, we look forward to you hearing us next week.
Yeah, no, the Girl Code episode, I just kind of, that flows and sounds, because it kind of rhymes. And yeah, I was digging that when you said that.
Well, I only said it like 4 times.
A Girl Code episode?
Well, I said it several different ways, different tenses.
I just caught that at the end, though. I was like, oh, I like the way that sounds.
Yeah.
So anyways, with that, we'll let y'all go. Check us out on all our social platforms. And if you have Girl Code stories,
we'd love to hear them. So a blonde, a brunette, and a mic at gmail.com. Just send us an email. Yep. Have a good one, you guys.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.